What's up, everybody? It's Zero Testosterone Man coming at you with the Halo TV show Season 2.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today, the Halo TV show has returned.
Say what?
Come again, Act Man 1? Did you say Halo show? Affirmative. It's the winter cringe tingency.
May God help us all.
The first two episodes of the Halo TV show have released.
Okay.
I watched them, so you won't have to. Now, the big
Good. That's the only reason I'm here.
questions on your mind are probably, is this better than Season 1? Should I even...
I can already answer that question. No, it's probably even worse. Why? Because I know the Hollywood playbook. First, take franchise that is established and has millions of fans because you are creatively bankrupt. Say that you're gonna turn that into a TV show or series or whatever. Step 2. Hire a bunch of people who openly in fact hate your TV series original source material or have not even read it. Step 3. Make sure they don't actually read the source material by giving them guidelines that it would be better if you just completely ignored everything established and just made shit up because reasons. Step 3. When Season 1 inevitably fails, hire some people who actually understand this franchise a little bit so they can create a trailer for Season 2 that almost looks like it cares about the source material. I don't know what step this is at this point. Get all the idiots coming back to Season 2 or Season X because they're hoping finally they're making the real show. And get disappointed. That's the final step. It's simple, really. Because it has been seen already a million times.
even bother? Does life have any real meaning? Kind of, maybe? Sort of? For those that want to break...
I mean, if you're as scrawny as this and you're a man, life probably doesn't have a lot of meaning. That is true. Undeniable, even.
Breakdown of why Season 1 is so bad, well, you can click up there in the top right. But the quick recap is that Master Chief, aka Johnny Rings, takes his helmet off every 5 seconds because fuck you or something. They said they didn't look at the games when making the show, and you know, that's a
I told you again. If you have not been following, there was this thing where Hollywood executives or whoever talked about this. Now, this is a serious thing. This is a real thing that they do. When they get people to work on these game adaptations, comics book adaptations, or whatever, they literally hire people and encourage them to not look at source material, to just make stuff up anew. They literally do that. I know that's crazy, but it's true.
a good start. Yeah, let's ignore the source material when we're making an adaptation. The show itself was in development hell. It has gone through multiple showrunners, I think. Anyways, Master Chief takes his armor off all the time in Season 1 because his balls are super sweaty. Gotta air them out. And at one point, he even takes off all his clothes. You see his ass. Thus the name Master Cheeks. There's some Covenant show up from time to time, but that's not really a big deal. You really want to see this sex scene with Master Chief and a Covenant POW. The show was so bad that I couldn't even fit.
Oh wow, look at that. She has short hair, a flat face, probably a little bit of that fetal alcohol syndrome running through those veins also. Yeah, this looks as bad as it gets.
The show was so bad that I couldn't even finish it. It was like painful to watch. Does Master Chief get naked in Season 2? So
hopefully.
far he hasn't. Many of you will probably be disappointed in this news.
True.
Thankfully, Master Chief in Season 2 so far keeps his helmet on during combat and only takes it off when he's not in the suit. So that is an improvement. Now I'm going to give you sort of a spoiler-free review. I think these first 2 episodes have
nothing to really spoil, I feel, but that's fine.
Me more intrigued than I was with the first 2 episodes of Season 1. You know, they're teasing the fall of Reach. That's not a spoiler, that was in the trailers. And you know, maybe that's where this TV show should have started. It seems like they have been trimming the fat of the boring subplots centered around characters people don't really care about. I think overall, these first 2 episodes...
How How can they not care about diversity higher number 52? And their subplot of being the most unique and special snowflake in the galaxy. How is that not relatable?
We're decent. Nothing spectacular, but you know, it bears more resemblance to Halo, which is good, right? But isn't it weird that I have to point that out as an improvement, as a positive? That's the thing, whenever I'm watching this show,
Nah, it feels kind of on point, honestly.
I can't help but think like, when is this gonna turn into Halo?
Why can't... You know what I miss about Hollywood? Hot chicks. Why can't we just have women be hot women again? Why do we have to deal with whatever this is supposed to be?
When is this gonna feel like Halo? And I shouldn't have to ask that question when I'm watching a Halo TV show. Does anybody else feel that way? Like there's a shot in the trailers where this entire Covenant fleet appears out of the clouds and it's jaw.
That's actually kind of bad appearing out of the clouds. Look at this cloud there.
Covenant fleet appears out,
What the hell is this? Like 5-year-old physics?
out of the clouds and it's jaw-dropping. It's fucking awesome. And then, you know, that lasts for a few seconds and that's enough to kind of keep me watching. I don't know, man. It's kind of
Also, why do they have to appear out of the clouds? Don't they have like cloaking devices and stuff like that that can... Bruh, a cloud is not gonna protect you from a radar and shit, you know? Bruh. And if you're gonna make the argument, oh, they can protect themselves from radars and whatnot, but you know, you can't see them in clouds. How did they get inside those clouds in that case? Wouldn't they be noticed when they're trying to get inside those clouds? Or are the planetary defenses of that planet like literally, okay, everyone look at this spot right here and they're all standing in a circle? God, I hate the Halo franchise for not making a single lick of sense sometimes.
like, imagine watching the first 10 episodes of Game of Thrones and being like, okay, when is this gonna feel like a Song of Ice and Fire? When is this gonna feel like what I read in the books? I shouldn't be anticipating for the
Well, it already should feel like what was in the books, but yeah, okay.
show to feel like it's based off the media it comes from. If you weren't sold on the show already, this is not gonna entice you further or blow your mind, but it could potentially build to something interesting. So now we're gonna dive into the episodes, spoiler territory. If you care, you can skip to the timestamp on screen to avoid spoilers, but
Huh?
the rest of the video
What are you... What? What?
is gonna pretty much be spoilers. So the first episode begins with John, Halo, and Silver Team on a planet called Sanctuary, where the UNSC is here to evacuate this clan of like weird shaman people. And I don't know why they keep putting mysticism and shamans into this show. It's like, this isn't Warcraft, man. Get that shit out of here. So
Because... reasons.
there's a group of Marines trapped atop a mountain, and Chief goes to rescue them, and all of a sudden, look at that, it's the grapple shot from Halo Infinite. I know that thing. Now, this is pretty cool. However, it also makes me confused because, like, when did he get the grapple shot? Who gave it to him? Did I miss something? I think a huge issue that season 2 is going to have to face is that so much of season 1 was spent on like dumb subplots with characters we didn't like, and a lot of scenes.
Welcome to modern day, well, television in general, I guess, baby. That's what we get. Dumb subplots and characters that make no sense and no one likes. Yeah. If you have a Netflix subscription or a Disney Plus subscription or any of these garbage subscriptions, you should cancel them for a reason.
That felt like filler.
And give me that money, because it's more well spent on me, and I will buy drugs and hookers with it, because, you know, smarter.
You know, instead of all the wacky and crazy adventures of Quan Ha and Soren, maybe we could get a scene.
Is anyone surprised that it's diverse color amazingness there? Bruh, the seduce side characters that they want to concentrate on, diversity hires. You gotta love it.
Felt like filler. You know, instead of all the wacky and crazy adventures of Quan Ha and Soren, maybe we could get a scene of Master Chief having a suit upgraded. Some guy with the UNSC just walking him through it, how it works.
You know how expensive this gear is, son?
No.
But the way it's implemented, at least right now, this grapple shot, it feels like one-off fan service or like a plot device when there should be a scene of Master Chief getting this upgrade. And that's one thing I really love about Attack on Titan is that they go out of their way to explain the technology, you know, the ODM gear, the Thunder Spears, etc. It adds world building, like real practical elements. Like why do we have?
Yeah, people like that. Also, looking at this, I'm like so confused because this is not how gravity, emotion, and physics work again. I hate when someone does a Batman grappling hook and then just, you know, grapples to a wall in a 45-degree angle of you, because you need to understand, for a grapple hook to be fired at even remotely close to a 45-degree angle and you just fly off at the same angle, that grappling hook needs to exert so much force, your arm literally gets instantaneously torn off. That's how much force a grappling hook needs to actually produce to pull someone at the same angle. You know what happens when someone shoots a grappling hook in a 45-degree angle? In reality, they don't go up like this when they start to, get attracted by the grappling hook. They go like this. And then up, because that's how well, actually they more go like this up, but you know, that's how actuality this works. A grappling hook strong enough to pull you at that angle is gonna tear your limbs off.
Have this in this show, but now we're getting into kind of the Rocky.
Oh, but he's in a Spartan suit and then why isn't he? You understand also how fast would he need to move? He would not be like, whoop! He would be like, whoop. That's how fast he would be at his destination with the grappling hook. That shit would be better than a jetpack, my dude.
Territory. And not just because the scene takes place on a mountain, but because it's so fucking foggy you can't see anything.
It's
and there's
cheaper
a fight
that
scene
way.
with some elites. It isn't half bad. I love the use of the classic shotgun. There's some decent choreography, but I don't know why this scene is so foggy. It's like, I don't know if they're trying to...
It is bad. Then, why not use aerial advantage when you have aerial advantage? It's like Star Wars all over again. Okay, we're hunkering down in this bunker to stay alive because we're outnumbered and outgunned, and this is our last choice. What do? Well, we're gonna send the Dothraki horde at the White Walkers just to die for no reason. What do we do with these walls and catapults? How about we put the catapults outside of the walls? These are all the decisions I see in Halo. Oh, we're gonna ambush Master Chief. Chief, how about you don't ambush him and just, blast him with the lasers from your ginormous, gigantic craft that hovers in the air and has more armor and shielding and everything? How about you do that, not send some kind of elite to play tip-tap-toe in the mist?
Hide poor CGI, but that might be it, because like whenever the Spartans are running, it looks kind of weird.
Yeah, it looks stupid.
What the fuck is that? Hold up. Why is he so why is everything... Okay, well this is kind of cool, the HUD and everything, but why is he so blurry?
It's one of those things that like you're trying to be immersed in the thing that you're watching, and then something on screen is like distracting. Like, why is this so blurry? Why do these movements look unnatural? I suppose they are.
And by the way, you can say I'm pissy about the world building, but the reality is almost every good game, every good TV series has a believable world that actually follows the laws of existence that we know of. Okay?
Unnatural because they're augmented Spartans. So maybe they're trying to hide the CGI because there's like two fight scenes and they both take place in like foggy or dark conditions. And I get it, they want to try to hide the monster, right? Some Marines get picked off, they get pulled into the fog and die or whatever. But then the elites show up and ignite their energy swords and you can see them perfectly.
So the Spartans don't know where they are. Again, this is just so stupid.
So like, Why didn't they see?
This is why I call everyone in Halo universe brain damaged, especially the Flood.
energy swords before? And the same thing happens in the second episode. We're in Sword Base. Apparently the Covenant are on Reach. The Marines are engaging the Covenant. So like they know that Covenant is on Reach, but for some reason not everybody in the UNSC knows this. Anyways, so in this scene the commander sends a group of Marines into the darkness, and I
Why?
was just sitting there like, why are the lights out? How come they don't have flashlights? Like, turn the fucking flashlight on. Why are you just
Why even send them if you're in a defensive position?
walking into the darkness? If you think there's an enemy there, just stay in the light.
They're shooting at something. Don't they not have flashlights or something? No, where are your flashlights?
They send a group of Marines who die. They shoot at something off in the distance, but we don't see what. Then a second squad goes.
Yeah, that's because no one knows how to make good suspense. Or, suspense that actually makes sense.
And then we see the elite show up with the sword.
Yeah, because, okay, so this is supposed to be, show how dangerous and actually powerful they are. That's kind of clear, right? But so this is the classic bad writer problem. You're not showing how powerful this guy is. You're actually showing how stupid his opponents are. Oh, we don't see anything. Go, 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 go. We have the range advantage. We have the defensive advantage. What are we gonna do? Well, let's engage it in the dark and melee range. That's genius. And yeah. So this is just a stupid attempt at trying to make them look dangerous, but in reality, you're not making them dangerous. You're just showing how stupid you are.
And it's like, you can't pull that trick twice. For me, if I'm like sitting there being like, wait a minute,
You can't even pull it once.
this doesn't make sense.
Again, these guys have the advantage. They're getting ambushed and they just completely throw away their advantage. For example, by the way, there is one new piece of media that does this, and it does it really good, where the opponents do throw off their advantage. And that is an anime. It's called Frieren Journey's End, or whatever the full name is supposed to be. Anyway, you know Frieren probably, right? And demons do actually suppress their mana in situations when they're trying to get the advantage on someone, except if they find out that the opponents are mages, because then it's all about honor. And that is a legit, and that's just how they are. They are like that by nature. They are like that by design. So it makes sense for the enemies to stop stealthing and to show themselves in their full glory, because they all have extreme pride as mages. But in this case, it's not. It's just these people are dumb for no reason. They're just being dumb for literally no reason. Okay? A scene like this works so better when you show an established rivalry of something like that they want to prove that they're better in hand-to-hand combat or something, or, something of that nature, but it never happens.
Fight scene that's supposed to be high intense, how good is that fight scene really? If I'm being pulled out of it by the internal logic of the story, does that make sense?
No.
Yeah, so like the actual choreography looks pretty good. I get the sense that they're like trying to hide the CG or the green screen or something. You know what I think it is? I feel confused when I watch a scene in this show, and I don't know, like...
This is not really good choreography. This is like the Ahsoka Tano fight scenes. Yeah! All of that stupid garbage. It kind of looks like this. Again, if you're gonna have a fight scene, make it realistic. If John Wick fight scenes were this bad, John Wick would not be a good movie. Keanu Reeves would not save John Wick. But the fight scenes in John Wick are pretty much as good and realistic as they come. But this is trash. This is Ahsoka Tano. Wah! Yeah! Slow motion type of ballet performance nonsense bullshit, where the opponent does a spinning attack, and while the spinning attack is happening, they're not just, beep, now you're dead because I stabbed you with the laser sword thingamajiggy. No, they don't do that. They wait until they do the spin. It's super poor. And you can already see from these scenes alone that, it's super poor.
where things are, where I'm supposed to be. I guess I just really don't like the location that they're fighting in, you know? Compared to the first episode where it was like a wide open landscape, you know? That was visually much more clear to me than this. I think that's what the problem is. So after killing a few elites, Master Chief rescues one Marine, and then something weird happens. A bunch of other sword elites appear. They ignite their swords. And you're like, oh shit.
Okay, that's a pretty cool shot. That's pretty cool.
Why?
What?
And then they put them away. It was
Why?
like, yes, Master Chief, we are here. Goodbye. That was really confusing to me. And then the planet gets glassed, and that was a pretty cool scene as well. Now, one thing that is really awesome is at the title screen, they actually play what sounds like the Halo 2 main menu theme.
Wow.
Fantastic choice. There are a few moments where there is actually part of the Halo soundtrack in here. I want to see more of that.
Wow, they added the Halo soundtrack, boys. Don't get too excited now because that is amazing.
I want to hear more of that, I should say. I don't know why they keep putting weird shit in this show. Like whenever they go to the rubble, something just bizarre always happens. They're at like this, I don't know, boxing event or something. This lady is dressed up like Willy Wonka, and then she starts choking some guy out and riding him like a horse. Like, what?
What the fuck is happening in this show? Why can't this just be a Halo show?
So overall, I think the acting is better. The writing is slightly improved, but there's still like parts that feel inhuman. I do want to point out that the guy who plays Ackerson does a pretty good job. And I think Pablo does a decent chief. I think he's doing a better chief this time. Not having him screaming, you know, and being unhinged and everything. He feels more reserved, as he should be.
Everyone knows the Master Chief. I wonder if anyone really knows John.
Oh my fucking
that was deep.
God. I think the Soren subplot and the relationship he has with his kid, it's not especially compelling. I still feel bored during a...
Probably not, because that's probably not what anyone wants to see. A random dude having a kid. Wow. Whoa. Whoa.
A lot of the dialogue scenes. So there's a scene where Silver Team and Cobalt Team are like, you know, talking a little smack to each other, which is slightly out of place, but then Riz says this.
Suck big ass cream.
What? Suck big...
Bro, what the hell is this? Is that a human? What is this?
Ass cream? What the fuck kind of insult is that? I never heard anybody on this planet ever say that before. You see what I mean? Like there's still like weird inhuman dialogue at certain points, and it completely draws me out of the story. There's a couple scenes or moments where like Master Chief and his armor is being used kind of as propaganda by Oni or the UNSC or whoever, and I think these scenes are compelling because they illustrate a difference between John and the Master Chief as a symbol.
We'll continue to win, because we have something the enemy does not. We have heroes.
Folks need heroes, Chief.
Give him hope. So smile, would you?
I feel like all of this should have been more of a focus in season 1 before he had like all these emotional mental breakdowns and whatnot.
Wait, this is a real thing that happens in war and whatnot? The symbols, inspiration, hope, and all of that jazz, it's real, it's a real thing.
You know what, I'll take it. And then Soren follows this like orange-haired guy to go find Halsey or something to get the bounty on him or to get revenge for the Spartan training, and then he betrays him. It's like meh. What is really funny though is there's a scene that feels like out of Blade Runner or a Cyberpunk. This scene felt like those rooms in Cyberpunk where you go to like have a virtual lap dance or something. I can't remember the name, but you like plug in a cord and then some digital male or female appears. And he does this for like therapy with Cortana, but I'm not sure if this is Cortana. I mean, it's like, it's a really bizarre scene. I get what they were going for. He's like trying to reconcile with losing Cortana and all that, but it just seemed unnecessarily comical. Then there's like some generic monologue.
Probably yes. How do you expect someone woke from Hollywood to actually portray human emotions? Again, we're talking about woke here. A system where relationships are almost impossible because everything is some kind of aggression, abuse of power, racism, or some kind of other buzzword. Yeah, obviously they're not gonna portray any of these things normally or reasonably or even remotely understandably.
About how monsters are real, like the characters recording lines for a movie trailer or something, and then it's revealed it's Quan Ha talking to Soren's kid, convincing him that monsters are real for some reason. It's like trying to be epic, mysterious, and foreboding, but it's fucking Quan Ha. At least she didn't have much screen time in this. I mean,
that's very sexist of you.
Gonna get into Quan Ha. The scenes with the Covenant, though, are the best parts of the show, and I don't know why they're...
No. They may be cool until the moment that, you know, the writers put themselves in a corner where they need to be a stepping stone so they don't even pose a threat happens. Until that point, they could be reasonable.
There's so much focus on all these other subplots I don't care about, you know? Then in episode 2, Sword, Halsey is talking to like some clone lady in a Oni facility. I don't know. She starts having a nosebleed and then she dies, and it's really funny. So Cobalt team were sent on some mission, and Chief investigates this a bit more and realizes that they weren't sent off planet, somewhere close by, the Visegrad Relay. And if you played Reach, that's where they encountered the Covenant on Reach for the first time. They took down the relay so they could sneak in, and that's where Noble Team finds them. Master Chief deduces that the Covenant are on Reach, and he says it, and it's like, yes, yes.
The Covenant's on Reach.
Oh shit. Love that line. There's like, there's this weird subplot again of like Quan Ha being tracked or something. I don't remember this from season 1. She's got like some implant in her ear. I don't know who's tracking.
Why do we have tribal jungle noises while we're talking about Quan Ha, Actman? What did he mean by this?
Her down or why? But again, I don't know what the point is.
Considering she's, I think she's Filipino. This girl looks more like that part of Asia than anything else. I could be wrong, but I mean, what did he mean by this?
Like I've been saying, there's too many scenes that feel pointless. We're like, hey, can we refocus on this whole Covenant threat and like what's going on behind the scenes with Oni? Another thing the show focuses on is how the training and augments have affected the Spartans. These scenes were all right, and then there's a scene where Master Chief is training with Silver Team, and I don't know if it's just me, but when the Spartans move and jump, I can't tell. It's like on the board.
It looks kind of bad, really. Previously I kind of understand what they tried to go with the start here with that it's supposed to be really fast movement, but it doesn't look like really fast moving against the background, and here they're trying to do this again. They're trying to create the illusion
I can't tell
of really fast movement. So the movement looks awkward because you're not used to seeing a person move that fast. Their body essentially is just, you know, moving double speed or something. But the background fails to actually show it. That's their problem. They're trying to do this movement blur and just showing that Spartans are superhuman, but they just really fail at it hard at the end because the background gives it away and it just looks awkward. That's what's happening here.
Well, it's like on the border of being cartoony. I can't tell if it looks...
That's why it is like that.
Cool or cheesy, to be honest.
It looks cheesy because it's like, it's actually a good attempt, I guess, but they just fail as always, and you know, you don't get a medal for trying. Unless you're in American school. Then you get a medal for trying. Anyway, that was the act, ma'am, in all of her full glory. Okay? What do you mean by putting some kind of tribal monkey sounding music when we were talking about whatever her name was? What do you mean by that? Anyway, this was Cause Said, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye bye.